Lift the top of your head up towards the sky, and then just kind of let your shoulders fall down. So I want you to be seated in an upright position in your chair, but I want you to let go of any tension that you don't need. So for instance, if you feel like you're kind of clenching your hands or clenching your feet, I want you to let go of that. So keep just as much tension in your spine to keep your body upright in the chair, but let everything else go. And then either lower your gaze or close your eyes if you're comfortable. And then just take a few quiet moments of observation. Just start to notice how your body feels today. Notice any areas of particular discomfort or pain or tightness. And just do your best to let those go. Notice what's going on in your mind, the mind chatter. And then lastly, notice your breathing. Notice where you feel the breath and the quality of your breath. And then we're going to begin to alter our breathing pattern a little bit. So we're going to move into a 1-to-2 ratio of breath. So you'll inhale, pick a number of counts that you'd like to breathe in for, anywhere from 1 to 4 counts in. And then your exhale will be twice as long as your inhale. So if you choose 3 counts to breathe in, your exhale will be 6 counts. So 1-to-2 ratio, inhale to exhale. So go ahead and begin to explore that breathing pattern. And think about inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. As you inhale, bringing in a sense of peace and calm into the body and the mind. And as you exhale, think about letting go, anything that's weighing you down today. We'll do this for about 5 or 6 more breath cycles. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And each time you breathe in, think about sitting up a little bit taller in your chair. And as you breathe out, think about letting go of tension, tightness, or just anything that's heavy for you today. And take about 3 more breath cycles. And that same ratio, 1-to-2, inhale to exhale. And when you've finished your last cycle, go ahead and return to a 1-to-1 breath. So equal counts in and out into the lowest part of your belly. And then on your next inhale, sweep one or both of your arms up over your head. As you exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Go ahead, do that again. Inhale, one or both arms reach up, lengthening upward. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart, pause and breathe. Set an intention for your practice today. So this is something that you would like to focus on. It could be a dedication to someone, maybe even yourself. On your next inhale, sweep one or both arms up. Grab loosely onto your wrist and take a side stretch to the left. Good, come back to center, reach up towards the ceiling. Switch your grip loosely and side stretch to the right. Good, take a nice deep breath in, reach up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, drop your hands, pressing the palms forward. Bring the chin to the chest and round out the middle part of your back. We'll pause here. Think about inhaling and exhaling into that space between the shoulder blades. Good, inhale, sit up nice and tall, release the hands, scoot your butt a little bit more forward in the chair, and then walk your hands either to the side or the back of the chair, pull the shoulder blades together this time, lift your chin and breathe into the front of the chest and the shoulders. 2 or 3 breaths here. Think about opening up the heart, coming out of that rounded shoulder posture. Good, pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, release back to a neutral spine. So you should be sitting towards the edge of your chair. Come into seated mountain pose. So in seated mountain pose, your feet are gonna be about hips distance apart. So it's a little bit closer than we probably initially think. So 4 to 6 inches is probably good. You're gonna open across the collarbone. So really lengthen across the chest and let your palms be forward. Pull your tummy muscles in, pause and breathe. So this is an active standing pose. You can even press into your feet a little bit as you're here and maybe do a little bit of toe heel rocking just to kind of notice the ground beneath your feet. Good. And then pausing briefly here. Take a nice deep breath in, sweep your arms up, look up. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Good, again, inhale, sweeping up. This time as you exhale, hands to heart center and fold over your legs. So forearms can come to your thighs or you can reach for the floor, forward bend. And just pause and breathe, being mindful of range of motion based on how you feel. On your next in-breath, come up halfway, flat back, tummy muscles in. So chest is lifted. So again, modify your range of motion as you need to. You don't have to go super far down, especially if you're lightheaded or dizzy or you don't have that motion in your spine. Good, as you exhale, round and fold. Breathe in, press into your feet, start to come all the way up. Look up, take your time. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, do that again. Take a breath in, inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, forward fold, rounding over your legs, tummy in, back rounded. Breathe in, flat back, halfway lift, tummy in. So you're kind of just perched over your legs. Exhale, round your back and fold. Inhale, take your time, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, go ahead and toe heel your feet out wide, turning the toes and the knees a little bit out to the side here. Good, and then on an inhale, I want you to reach the hands forward and then all the way out to a T shape, pull the shoulder blades together. Good. So kind of just perched on the edge of your chair. Beautiful. As you exhale, hands to heart. Sitting nice and tall, breathe in to lengthen. Pressing those knees out to the side, pressing down through the heels and the balls of the feet. Tummy in. Inhale, send the arms out, palms up. Open up to that T shape, pull the shoulder blades together. Good. Pause and breathe. Exhale. hands to heart. Good. Again, inhale, send the hands forward, palms up, all the way out to the side. Good. Pause and breathe. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. This time I want you to inhale and float your heels up. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're pressing into the balls of your feet and floating your heels. Good. Exhale, release the heels. Inhale, try floating your toes. Good. Exhale, release the toes, hands to heart center. Good. Sit nice and tall one more time through. Inhale, send the hands forward, palms up. Open up through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. So if you have hurdy shoulders, you can bring your arms down a little bit, but I still want you to pull the shoulder blades together. Good. Sit tall, float your heels. So activating a little bit through the feet and ankles today. Belly in. Good. Release the heels, float the toes. Notice some activation in the lower shin area. Good. Release the toes. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, open all the way up. We'll come into Starfish Pose modification. So I want you to keep your legs where they are. You could straighten them out if you wanted to, just to take up a lot of space. We're going to keep them bent. Take a nice deep breath in. Spread those fingers nice and wide. As you exhale, I want you to reach between the legs as far down as you can towards the floor. Good. And then inhale, put your hands on your thighs. Lift up part way. And then exhale, come all the way up. Good. Do it again. Inhale, take the arms out nice and wide. Spread the fingers. Exhale, reach down as far as you can in the direction of the floor. Round your back. Inhale, bring the hands to the thighs. Come up part way. Good. Exhale, all the way up. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, open everything up. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Exhale, reach for the floor. Forward bend. Inhale, walk the hands up the thighs. Come up part way. Exhale, all the way up. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach all the way up. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Take up a lot of space. Warming up those shoulders. Exhale, reach for the floor. Round your back. Inhale, walk the hands up the thighs. Good. This time we're going to stay right here. So hands are on the thighs. I want you to press your left knee out to the side just a little bit and then turn and look to the right. Spine twist variation. So you're going to press that left knee out to the side, turn and look to the right. Keeping your chest lifted here, just a nice modification of a spine twist. Good. As you exhale, come back to center. This time I want you to press your right knee out to the side. So this side over here, you're going to press out, turn and look to the left. So as you're doing that twist, you want to make sure that you're keeping your chest lifted and you're twisting from the lowest part of your belly. Exhale, come back to center, and then inhale, come up nice and tall. Good. Toe heel your feet back in. Come back to seated mountain pose. So seated mountain pose, palms are forward, and we're going to do a seated balance pose today. So we're going to make our way into eagle pose. So I want you to take your, go ahead and bring your hands to heart center, and then I want you to take your right leg and cross it over your left. So if you're able to cross at the knees, perfect. If you're not, you can cross at the ankles, okay? Wherever you cross, you're going to sit tall and try to press your legs together. So your legs are going to be active. Good. So you have that right leg on top, left leg on bottom. Squeeze the legs together. Sit nice and tall. On an inhale, you're going to send your arms straight out in front of you. Listen carefully. As you exhale, cross your left arm over your right at the elbows. So you're making an X, okay? Keep your arms there. Bend your elbows. Good. Can you touch the backs of your hands together or the palms of your hands? Good. So wherever you are, pause and breathe. Let your chin drop down. So in this pose, so in standing, it kind of looks like this, right? If I'm crossing at the ankles, same thing except for we're seated. You're breathing into the middle part of your back, okay? So stay there and breathe. Squeeze the legs together. Open up the middle part of the back. Take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths into the middle part of your back. If it's too complicated to twist your arms like this, just reach around and kind of give yourself a hug. Chin down to the chest. Good. Pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, slowly release the arms. And then just go ahead and shake out the arms a little bit. Keep your legs as they are. Right crossed over left. Good. Sit nice and tall. And I want you to come into our seated pigeon pose. So that right leg stays on top. And now it's coming into a figure 4 position. See what I did there? So you're crossed here. Keep that same leg on top. And now it's making the number 4 with your legs. Go ahead and rotate that ankle on the top leg. One direction. And then the other direction. And then take a nice deep breath in. Sit as tall as you can. And then as you exhale, I want you to lead with your chest and just start to come over slightly that top leg. So a little glute and outer hip stretch. So this is the one we've done before, where if you can't quite get your leg up to that thigh, you should use like a strap or a towel or something to help kind of aid the position of your leg. So we're stretching out through the glute and the outer hip and the rotators of the hip. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And the next time you breathe in, bring your trunk back up. As you exhale, you're going to set that top leg down. And then that leg that was on top should be your right leg. I want you to let it drop in, and you're going to turn to the left, coming into a lunge position. So we're kind of, the leg that was on top, we're kind of stretching out a little bit now. So if it works for you, I want you to just kind of play with bending and straightening that knee on the right. So we're looking for a little bit of a stretch through the hip flexor. So the hip flexor is kind of what allows your hip to bend, and it can get tight, especially if you do a lot of sitting. So that the knee on the right can be straight or bent, but you want to feel a stretch right in the front of the hip. Shoulders are going to stay over your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Look straight ahead. So you're kind of looking to the left. And then if you want, you can raise one or both of your arms up, or you can just keep your hands on your thigh. Good. Think about your spine alignment here. We're really working on tall posture, keeping everything in a line. Pressing the front of that right hip forward. Pausing and breathing. Good. Let your arms come back down. And then we're going to take the outside arm. So the right arm is going to reach up by the ear, and then just kind of tip it over towards your chair back. Yep, beautiful. So you might feel that a little bit more into the side and the front of the hip. Don't force it, just do what feels good for you. And then remember your breathing. And then slowly come out of it. And then let that leg come back in. Slowly transition back to that wide leg position momentarily. Take a nice deep breath in and sit tall, and then toe heel your feet back in. So we have 3 poses that we're going to do on the second side. So coming into seated mountain pose, Hands are going to be at heart center. Sit tall, take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to take your left leg, cross it over your right for seated eagle. So 2 options you have: cross at the knees, press the legs together, or cross at the ankles, press the legs together. Sit tall, breathe in, and then extend your arms out, palms to touch. You're going to take the right arm, cross it over the left, making an X at the elbow. Sit tall. Good, nice, yep, you got it. Bend at the elbows, bring the backs of the hands or the palms to touch. So arms are squeezed, forearms squeezed together, legs squeezed together. Breathe into the middle part of your back, let the chin drop down to the chest. Pause and breathe. Remember your spine alignment here. Keeping everything active. You're pressing into that right foot into the ground. Sitting nice and tall, feel the activation in your body. Take a couple of nice, long, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. When you're ready, slowly unwind the arms. And this time we're going to take a few shoulder rolls. Backwards, keep your legs crossed at the ankle or the knees, and then forwards. Just kind of relaxing through the shoulder girdles. Good. And then release. Sitting tall again this time. That top leg is going to move into that figure 4 position for seated pigeon. We're doing all the bird poses today. So you're letting that knee kind of drop out to the side, feeling a little stretch into the glute and the outer hip. Using a towel or a strap if you need to help position your leg. So sitting tall, pressing into that right foot. Just kind of allowing that knee again to relax. So sometimes when we have tightness in the hips, our tendency is to kind of hold the leg up. So see if you can let your breath help you relax that leg, and then maybe circle out the ankle. Good. If you'd like, sit tall again, leading with your chest and start to come over the leg a little bit. If that's not available to you, don't worry about it. Good. On an inhale, slowly coming back up to center. When you're ready, you're going to take that top leg, set it down, and then you're going to toe heel your feet out nice and wide. Start to turn your right toes to the right and let your left leg drop down. So you're coming into that lunge position. That left knee can be straight or bent. You can kind of, oscillate between those 2 positions if you'd like. But we're looking for that stretch through the hip flexor. So the front of the hip, nice tall posture. So if you're kind of hunched forward over your leg, you're not going to feel as much lengthening into that hip flexor. So shoulders are going to stay over the hips. One or both arms can reach up if you'd like. If you're reaching your arms up, I want you to really think about releasing tension in the tops of the shoulders and relaxing your face. So yeah, you're kind of facing that right side of your space. Good, and then release the arms back down, just kind of set them on that front thigh, keeping your shoulders over your hips. Good, this time I want you to take that outside arm, reach it up and over and tip towards your chair back. Pause and breathe. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, come back to center, and then as you exhale, release that arm down. And then slowly bring your legs back to that wide leg position. Take a pause and send both knees out to the side. So a little inner thigh groin stretch. You're not forcing anything, but just a little bit more opening through the hips. Pause and breathe. Toes are turned out, knees are turned out, tummy muscles are in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and toe heel your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. If it's available to you, we're gonna come to standing just for a few moments. And when you come into standing, I want you to go ahead and place the chair in front of you. So you'll always have the chair available to you for balance. If you need to, as you come into standing, I want you to just kind of pedal out the feet. So I say that a lot because sometimes when we're making those transition movements, we kind of feel lightheaded as we go from sit to stand. So it's totally fine. This is going to help us pump our muscles in our legs and get some of that oxygenated blood up to our noggins. Okay? And then once you're here, I want you to come into mountain pose. So I'll face you so you can see me, but you can face the chair back. You can bring your feet a little bit further apart if you need that for balance. Tummy muscles are in, palms are forward, lift your chest. And just take time to notice how you feel. If you don't want to stand, you're going to stay in sitting. Perfectly fine. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. We'll do a little bit of standing balance today. So this time what we're going to do is we'll move into that a modification of eagle, just like we did. But instead of crossing at the knee, we're just going to cross at the ankle. Okay? So your chair can be either to the side or to the front of you, whatever feels best for you. Standing nice and tall, I want you to shift your weight onto your right leg and take your left leg and cross it over. So you're kind of crossing at the ankle and grounding down through the ball of that left foot. Good, you're standing tall, you're using your chair for balance. So you can always come out of this and coming back to standing mountain pose. But when you shift your weight over to that right leg, keep your hips level. Good, and then one or both of your arms are going to come to heart center. If you want a challenge, you're going to try floating those toes on the top leg. Pause and breathe. You can do that holding onto the chair or not. For balanced postures, I want you to really focus on a visual focal point. Good. And then as you exhale, slowly unwind, come out of it. Coming back to standing mountain pose, nice and tall. Palms forward. Take a breath in to lengthen, really rooting down through that stance leg. And then this time you're going to cross right over left, keeping your hips level. Bringing the ball of the right foot down across the ankle. And then if it's available to you, your hands will come to heart center. Tummy muscles are in. And then if you want an additional challenge as you're crossed at the ankles, you can float those toes. Relaxing your face and jaw. Beautiful. Good. If you chose to lift the toes, you can set them down. And then go ahead and uncross everything. Come back to standing mountain pose. This time I do want you to face your chair back. And we're going to do a variation of chair dog. So I want you to hold on to the back of your chair with both hands. And you're going to step your feet back. I would say probably a good 2 or 3 or more feet. And then I want you to press your sit bones, so the bottom of your pelvis, back. Bend your knees as you need to. And just kind of allow the back body and the back of the legs to relax. So almost like pressing your chest bone towards the floor, kind of lengthening the sides and the back. And then as you come here, I want you to take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Remember, we're not moving into pain or discomfort. There's no medals today or places for how far you can go, so this is just a time where you need to listen to your body. If you need a wider stance, you can take that, but just kind of allow the sit bones to press back, keeping your tummy slightly in. Good, cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. When you feel ready, taking your time, walking your feet back in towards the chair. Coming back to standing. As you come into standing, roll the shoulders up and back. And then just let the shoulders relax down. Go ahead and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then let your chin fall to your chest. And then bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Chin to your chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin to your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Good, come back up to a neutral spine, eyes looking straight ahead, head forward. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Good, come back to neutral. If it's available to you, lift the chin up towards the ceiling. Come back to neutral. Chin to your chest. Come back to neutral. And last time, chin up. And then come back to neutral. Go ahead and take a seat in your chair as we come into our final relaxation posture. So as you come into your chair, I want you to just sit comfortably. So you can let the back support you. And then we'll take one or both hands to the low part of the belly. And then lowering your gaze or closing your eyes. Coming back to that observation status. So taking time to notice what comes up for you today towards the end of our practice. Noticing your breath, noticing how your body feels. Notice any particular emotions or sensations that you're noticing. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, big heavy exhale, let it go. And then just allow the ground and the chair to support you here. Allowing the eyes to close or lowering your gaze. Take a moment of gratitude for your body and everything it does for you, despite the limitations that you may have. And then also a moment of gratitude for dedicating this part of your day for self-care. Take another nice deep breath in through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. And just allow a few moments of peace and stillness before you move about the rest of your day.